Well, good morning. It's Tuesday morning, and I know we just did a cooking video yesterday, but I had said that next time I made those little chocolate and tea muffins, I would video it and show y'all how easy it is. And I needed to make them because I'm going to go to a friend's house this afternoon. She asked me over for tea and talk, and so I wanted to be sure and take her something. So plus I wanted to get some of the mail to our grandkids in Phoenix since we're not getting to go this year. So anyway, Randy, we had a couple of comments from people about that they could hear him breathe while he's doing the video. So I told him to not breathe for the few minutes that we're on the video, so he's trying to hold his breath. So if he turns red and passes out, we'll have to find a new video taker. Anyway, the recipe, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of it at the end, and I'm excited because I asked Sevi, our grandson, for a new video that he thought would work better than the one I've been using. So he told me about iMovies to use, and it's so much easier. So anyway, that's what we're doing this morning is iVideo. So we'll see how it works. But the recipe actually calls for a cup of butter. And the other day when I made them, I used 1 stick of butter, not thinking about what it said, and they turned out wonderful. Probably with the 2 sticks of butter, it's going to have a more candy pudding kind of texture in the middle, but because I am mailing these, I'm going to go ahead and just use the 1 stick of butter like I used the other day because it was a great texture. It's more like a little brownie, but they're still gooey and ooey and still taste great. So I'm still just going to use the 1 stick of butter. When I do make them for us sometime, just around the house and for friends, I'm going to try the 2 sticks of butter just because I'm going to see the texture that it has. But anyway, today we're going to do the 1 stick of butter, even though the recipe calls for 1 cup of butter. It also calls for a cup of semi-sweet chocolate. And since I buy that huge bag at Costco, I'm just using chocolate chips. So there's the 1 cup of chocolate chips and a stick of butter. I use unsalted butter, just because that way you know that it's not going to ever be very salty tasty. So I'm going to go put this in the microwave for just a minute. Video? Is on video? Okay, we're back. I melted the chocolate chips and the butter for 1 minute. I have to show y'all. Look at my little bless your heart. I got it from the Paula Deen website. I love that. Plus my little Christmas mixing bowl that actually you and Arnie were with Bonnie and I at Home Goods one day in California, and he saw this on the shelf. It's always so much more fun to cook when you have these cute little mixing bowls. It's absolutely gorgeous today. It's probably, 70 degrees? So we've got the windows open again, letting the sunshine in. And we're stirring this. You want to show this, honey?
Sure.
I'm just going to stir that till all the chocolate chips are melted real well.
It's butter chocolate chips.
They're butter chocolate chips, yeah. Not really, but actually, it's funny. I have some peanut butter chocolate chips, and I thought about making these with the peanut butter chocolate chips, and I think I might try that next time just to see. I mean, it certainly wouldn't hurt, and have a little bit of peanut butter taste in there. So.
I don't hold my breath.
You're supposed to hold your breath the whole time I'm videoing, but he's about to pass out, so we keep having to pause it so he can take another breath. The first video, some friends of ours in California watched it, and they told Randy that they said, "Oh my gosh, we could hear him breathing. Is he about to pass out?" And then we got another comment yesterday saying, "I could hear Randy breathing, but at least you know he's alive." So anyway, it calls for a cup of flour. And I just stir to loosen it up.
Okay.
And I think it was a cup and a half. I tell you what, let's pause it for a minute. Let me go just to be sure of the recipe. Okay, I checked the recipe. I had to go on the iPad to do that. I'm afraid to change screens with this new app until I kind of learn how to use it. But it's a cup and a half of sugar. This is a half cup measuring cup that I keep in there. I've been bought a couple of 10-pound sacks of sugar this week at the store because I didn't want to run out. So we've got plenty of sugar and plenty of flour for the coming week to bake a lot. And I have to tell y'all, I am going to do a video of a pumpkin chess pie. It makes 2 pies, the recipe does, and it's kind of half chess pie and half pumpkin. And I have to tell y'all, it's my favorite pumpkin pie. I'm not a huge pumpkin pie person, but oh my goodness, this one has the combined flavor of, and I guess a chess pie is like a buttermilk pie, but the flavors together is so good. It's a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of almond flavoring. Now this one I got at Home Goods, and it's the thicker one, so I'm not going to use a whole teaspoon. You can see how, can you show that, honey?
Yeah.
It's like a gel almost.
It's old.
No, it's not old. And then the 4 eggs. And that's it. That's all the recipe. A cup of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 8 ounces of chocolate chips, a stick of butter, and your flavoring. And that's really all. I'm gonna have to. I have to say that this little spatula that I got at Paula Dean's is so cute, but it's not as easy to use as a regular spatula. So I'm gonna show my collection of spatulas I have over here. I have for every. Oh my goodness, I have a ton of. Plus, there's about 4 or 5 of them in the dishwasher, but I have them for every holiday: Halloween, Christmas, Easter. There's so many of them in here. Christmas, I mean, I love spatulas. I think they're just fun. And actually, Walmart right now has them for $1.38 for the Christmas plaid. And so I bought a bunch of them the other day for gifts. So
You did?
Yeah, I did.
That's why our grocery bill's high.
That's why our grocery bill is very high, honey. Yeah. Okay, this one much easier, much better. So you just stir it up by hand till the eggs are all mixed in very well and the flour is combined. You can smell the almond extract. It's so good. Last night, because we talked about the potato soup in the video about not having dessert every night, and because I did not make a dessert last night, we were sitting there watching a cute movie called, what was it called, honey? Out of the Kitchen, or From the Kitchen, or do you remember?
Off menu.
Huh?
Off menu.
Off the Menu. I don't know why I keep saying kitchen. Off the Menu. And it was a cute little movie. Took place in New Mexico. And we were sitting there, and I couldn't believe we didn't have any dessert made. So we ate candy bar and what else we eat? Packaged cookies? I don't know. So tonight we will have dessert. Okay, this is the cookie scoop I use. I don't know they don't have the sizes on here. But anyway, it's a perfect size. And you'll fill up all 24. And then the other day when I made them, I think it made 37 actually, using this size scoop. The recipe says it'll make 36, so it was pretty on target on the size. So, and you can stop it that way. They don't have to watch me do it. Okay, we're gonna put this in the preheated 325-degree oven. I did spray the pan with Pam, even though this is a non-stick. I never trust them totally to come out good. So we'll put this in the oven. For the recipe actually that I'm going to give y'all It says 325 for 20 to 25 minutes. That's probably because the recipe calls for 1 cup of butter. So with 1 cup of butter, I'm sure it'll take longer to cook, and that'll probably give it that pudding consistency in the middle that my friend that told me about these said that they had. Now mine don't have that pudding consistency. They just like just a little bit gooey, undercooked brownie kind of feel, but they're just delicious, and they're so easy to do. You can see how fast that was. So okay, we'll be back when they come out of the oven in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Just took them out of the oven. These actually baked for 13 minutes.
Well, they're so good. They're so
They
good.
do. They smell so good. You can just smell that little bit of the almond flavoring. And actually, I'm going to wait till it cools off just a minute. They'll be easier to take out of the pan. But I have to tell y'all, if you're friends with me on Facebook, I just posted a video that a friend of mine in Arizona posted, and it's a man during the COVID virus season having dinner outdoors, and it's absolutely hysterical. I look like I've been to a funeral. I could not quit laughing. It is just so funny. You have to go watch that. It'll make your day. It'll just get you in a great mood. So anyway, you can see how they're going down just a little bit from the puffiness. You want to show that, honey? Because I want it to do that, because that means it's a little bit gooey in the middle, and that's exactly what I'm going for. So these cooked for 13 minutes at 325. I am going to go over here. Let me show them this. I'm going to show you the recipe. Okay, there's the recipe. So now you have that. You'll want to make these all through the holiday. They'll be just great to add to your dessert buffet table, and you can pop them in the freezer and then pull them out when you need them. They'll be great. Thank y'all for watching the video, and have a beautiful day. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. Hope this adds to your collection of recipes that you love. So thank y'all. Be sure and look on YouTube, Sassy Southern, or on Facebook, or on Chocolate Castles. Thank y'all. Bye.